Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, The Lover's Astro and Tarot. This reading is for anyone whose sun, moon, or ascendant is in the powerful sign of Aries. Happy Valentine's Day, Aries. The first card that you received is the chariot. And the chariot is all about making decisions very quickly, being in a place where you have all of this energy, all this momentum, all of this focus, and you're trying to harness everything and make sure that you get what you want. There's a type of desire that's driving you when you get the chariot. But it's not like a passion. It's more like an intense focus. There's something that you could be trying to make happen in your love life. It could be based around commitment. It could be an actual goal. Maybe you are trying to move in together or have a baby, or there's something there that, it could be even smaller than that. Maybe it's something, a direct intention like, hey, I just need you to call me back. So, it really depends on where you're at in your relationship. But overall, that focus is connected to this Five of Swords card. Now, the Five of Swords isn't the most positive card in the deck, right? Swords are usually about communication, but when it's in reverse, that's actually a good thing with this card, because the Five of Swords is one of those cards where it's about wanting to win at all costs. Now, I'll show it to you in the upright position, just so you can see it. And this card is when your ego is involved and you're really not thinking about the other person's needs or desires. Now, it's you being logical or them being logical. And that means that your emotions, the way you feel, is kind of detached. Not really, your heart isn't in the right place. But it's not just you, Aries, so don't take this personally. It's really about the two of you being in a place where there's not a lot of communication. This can also be the two of you fighting or being in a spot where one of you is not willing to share the truth with the other person, the way you really feel. So make sure, Aries, that you know the right way to handle this person and that there's real care there. And make sure that they're respecting you in the same way. Because you get to a place in the middle of the month, right past this Swords card, right? So let's say the last day for this Swords card is Valentine's Day, unfortunately. And then right after that, you move into this Empress vibration. The Empress is all about you being in a place of self-love and self-worth. It's definitely a strong card. It has to do with our inner strength and accepting the femininity inside of us. Even if you're a guy, it's still okay, because it's about you being in this place of power, but coming from an emotional power, coming from a place inside yourself where you recognize your strength. So this card is really about you moving into that place where even if you felt a little defeated by things that happened earlier on that week, or maybe you had a fight with that person that you were interested in, or they didn't respond to you or do what you thought they would do or care about you the way you wanted them to for Valentine's Day, or there was something there, maybe it was just a small tiff that the two of you had and it isn't that big of a deal, but it was enough to kind of hurt your confidence a little bit, or you caught them lying about something. That's usually what the Five of Swords centers around. But the Empress is kind of there to say you recognize your own worth in this situation, and you kind of move into that vibration, and it clears things up for you. And not only that, but you move into a space where if you're single, you're in a place where you realize there are so many other fish in the sea. Not only that, but you get to a place where you start to see people that are really interested in you, and they start to come out of the woodwork towards the third week in February, which is really, really a good thing, especially after you go through that second week where you feel a bit defeated and not really sure what you want. Because the Chariot is like this ultimate power of decisiveness. There's something there. There's a kind of strength in in knowing what you want, but it can also turn the situation where people are steamrolling over each other instead of actually recognizing that other people have feelings as well, which is why that Five of Swords pops up. But the Five of Swords is in reverse. So when you get the Five of Swords in reverse, it is actually better. That kind of lessens the blow. It's not something as bad as cheating or a real serious lie or being stood up or, having to defend somebody who doesn't need to be defended. It's not that bad, but it is still something that hurts, something that doesn't reflect in good communication. But then that Empress comes in and kind of swoops all of your emotional baggage out the way and kind of heals you, puts you back together, and makes you feel a lot less resistant to other people outside your relationship, or feeling good about yourself, or being in a place, like I said, if you're single, where you're ready to open up and maybe go on a date or express yourself in some sort of loving way. The Empress is a lot to do with love and self-love being so strong that it reflects out into the other areas of our life and brings us love from someone else. So then you get to the sun, and the sun is there to brighten the day, to uplift your ego, to do all these things in terms of love that just make you so happiness. The sun is fulfillment, in a sense. It is you having the ultimate. So you might have somebody, like I said, the second week who lets you down a little bit. But over the next 2 weeks, it becomes their duty to make it up if you're in a relationship. And if you're not, you're in a space where not only do you feel like the entire vibration has changed, but you feel like you're more capable of finding the right person, and you also feel very fulfilled with the options you have when you receive those options in terms of suitors coming into your life. So I hope you enjoyed your reading, Aries. Happy Valentine's Day again. I have a new website up, guys, that I'm very excited about. Feel free to book online with me now. I'll put my information in the comment box below. If you have any questions for me, or if you would like to book a reading or anything like that, please feel free to let me know, and I will see you next month. Bye, guys. Happy New Year.